Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Gonna get a little chillier as we play on this afternoon in East Rutherford. The Cowboys come in at 9-4. Mike McCarthy in his second season has this team closing in on a playoff berth. They can clinch a playoff spot today if they win, and also they get a little bit of help. Either San Francisco or New Orleans lose tonight. That would ensure that Dallas, even if they didn't win the division, would be in the playoffs. Here's Joe Judge, who has not lost a divisional game at home. A little bit of solace in it's been a rough couple of seasons at times. They're looking for their second win in the last 3 meetings against the Cowboys. Dallas won the toss, wanted to receive, and it will be Corey Clement, the New Jersey native, on the return. Penalty marker flies in as he gets taken down just shy of the 25. Jerome Boger is our lead official today. We'll see Dak Prescott in the offense in a moment.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 53, 10-yard penalty. Dallas keeps the ball. First down.
Francis Bernard on the penalty. Before we dive into the offense, Shannon, tell me a little bit more about the run game.
Yeah, Adam, let's start with Tony Pollard for Dallas. He's questionable coming into today's game with that foot injury. He is active, and Mike McCarthy telling me they are not going to keep him on a pitch count, but they are going to watch him very carefully when he does get out onto that field. I'll get you updated on Zeke in just a second.
There is Dak Prescott looking for Michael Gallup. Jaron Williams right there to make the stop. Shannon?
Yeah, Ezekiel Elliott will have that brace on that knee today. He told me it's just for a little extra protection in case he gets rolled up on. But he told me his doctor said we cannot do any further damage to that knee, so he feels that there is zero risk. It's all about just playing through some discomfort and keeping it warm. That will be key, so you'll see him on that stationary bike today, Adam.
The last 100-yard game for Elliott came back in Week 5 against the Giants. He's had 50 rushing yards or less in 5 straight games. The worst stretch of his career, but he'll move the chains here for the Cowboys offense to the 25-yard line. So here's Dak Prescott. The first 2 losses of his career in 2016, both came against the Giants. Lost his first ever start, won 11 in a row after that, lost again to the Giants, and since then, 8 straight wins.
And it's still stuck in his craw. I mean, that's how competitive he is. He mentioned it. He just brought it up to us. Those are my first 2 losses.
He remembered it, as a lot of quarterbacks do. Working across the middle to Jeremy Sprinkle, who runs it for 10 and a first down for the Cowboys. We mentioned it earlier, full complement of receivers, all healthy for just the 4th time, and that includes CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb is just such a special player. I mean, outside, he can take it deep. He really does a lot of stuff with the bubble screens, in the backfield, running the ball, and he's physical at the point of attack.
Hey, let's go, kill.
Toss for Elliott. Good play. Excellent penetration by Lorenzo Carter for a loss back at the 35-yard line. Part of this Giants defense that is dealing with some injuries right now. Leonard Williams is active.
Yeah, Leonard Williams, tremendous player. There's no question about that. But Azeez Ojulari is the guy that has 7.5 sacks, really is their edge presence as a rookie, been their best pass rusher, part of what the Giants have struggled with.
He and Micah Parsons, 2 of the top 3 rookie sack leaders in the league. Connor McGovern is in as a fullback. He is not starting at guard. He's back in at fullback here. And he blocks for Elliott. And Elliott with a strong run to set up a 3rd down and manageable. So that's a quick note to give you right out of the gate for the Cowboys offensive line. Tyron Smith is out once again. He re-aggravated that left ankle injury last week. So Terrence Steele and Ty Nsekhe will probably split some reps at left tackle. Lyle Collins is back in at right tackle, and Connor Williams makes his first start in 5 games at left guard. 3rd and 4. Bobble on the snap. Prescott recovers. Got it to Gallup. Hit by Williams right near the sticks. This will depend on the forward progress.
Right off the bat, snap coming back. Center, I mean, it almost like he almost felt like he almost thought the quarterback was underneath center right there.
Was enough for a first down, though. Cowboys keep it. And 1st and 10, a flag is thrown, and Prescott gets rid of it with the pressure of Ojulari on the backside. Multiple flags. One on the far, near, and middle of the
12
field.
middle of the field. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
You talked about simplifying things on defense, especially with all the personnel issues that the Giants have dealt with over the course of the week on defense.
Yeah, Joe Judge talked about not only being better tackling in space and doing those things, but fundamentally sound. Too many mistakes, mental mistakes on this Giants defense with all those pieces.
There's Tony Pollard. He's got a first down to the New York 40-yard line. Pollard back after missing last week's game.
Well, they're just going to come down here with the, coming down around, looping around. That's what they want to get done. Attack the edge, and that's part of what they've been missing here as an offense, that edge run. And they lost Blake Jarwin earlier in the season. He was kind of their real wide tight end, so they want to reestablish that outside edge running game.
Fake to Pollard. Prescott. Oh, he had a wide open man in Amari Cooper, and a great job by Lorenzo Carter to break up that pass. Remember, Carter had that tip pass to himself for interception back in week 5. He brings up 2nd down.
Well, last week, you look at Dak Prescott, he threw an interception on this same kind of over route right here. You got to layer that a little bit. The linebacker gets his hand up there. Lorenzo Carter tips the ball. But that's exactly what that pick 6 looked like last week against Washington when Holcomb took it to the end zone.
That was a pick 6 that kept Washington in the game. There's Pollard with a couple of blockers in front, including Terrence Steele. Run out of bounds to set up 3rd down.
I love it when your receivers get involved. CeeDee Lamb out there on the edge that time. He's the guy setting the edge. And I tell you, when you have a receiver that's willing to do the dirty work, they're willing to get in there and mix it up, it just energizes your whole football team because they're not prima donnas then. They're part of the program. They're part of the football team, and that's what Mike McCarthy, head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, preaches: is everybody's got to do their part.
3rd down and 7. And a misfire right out of the gate.
False start. Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Zach Martin, the right guard.
Zach Martin right here. You see him coming off right here.
Kind of put Biotish, the center, in a tough spot there.
Everybody on the ground right there. That's just being excited, right? That's just being excited. Sometimes it feels like the quarterback's right behind you. He's almost pushing you when he gets into that hard count.
I knew you were going to defend the guard. That gets the cadence right in their ear. Here's Prescott on 3rd and long, looking for Cooper, and had to throw it away. The penalties hurt the Cowboys on what looked to be a promising opening series. The punt unit's coming out.
Just playing a soft zone right here, getting hands on down at the bottom of the screen right there on CeeDee Lamb, sitting down. And I don't know if it looked like there was enough pressure coming off the edge. Maybe that was Carter that actually affected the throw a little bit on Dak Prescott there.
Brian Anger, top 5 in the league in punting average, will kick away. Pharaoh Cooper has been a practice squad elevation for a good chunk of the second half of the year. Catch inside the 10. Giants will set up shop with a long field in front, and Saquon Barkley, coming off a season high in rushing against the Chargers, is on the field. First meeting of the year in week 5, Daniel Jones had to leave the game in the 2nd quarter when he got hit by Jabril Cox, and Mike Glennon entered that game for his first action of the year. Daniel Jones out with the neck strain for a 3rd straight game. Glennon takes over from the 9. And it's a give to Saquon Barkley. Good penetration by DeMarcus Lawrence on a short gain. So 3rd straight start for Glennon. Did it against the Dolphins and the Chargers. Now back in the NFC. See his numbers from a week ago. Got his first career NFL rushing touchdown This is start number 30 for Glennon in his 9-year NFL career, looking for his first win since 2017.
I'd like to get some receivers involved in this game, get some touchdowns from those guys on the outside who have really had a, I mean, your touchdowns, you got one touchdown to a couple of guys. Your left tackle has as many touchdowns receiving as your wide receiving core does. So something they really need to fix.
Direct snap here to Saquon Barkley. Good block from Penny. Good cut from Barkley into the arms of Leighton Vander Esch to about the 15-yard line. 3rd and 4 coming up. And Evan Ingram had just one catch, a season low last week. You want to get him involved too on the offensive end if you can.
Yeah, I really look at him as kind of their best weapon, if you will. Not only underneath, but also stretching the defense deep. And he's been a gadget guy in the past as well on the jet sweeps and some of those things. So it'd be nice to see him get a little bit more involved in this offense.
See if some fireworks pop up. Things got a little chippy between Ingram and KZ and Curse and Kadarius Toney in the first meeting. Toney's inactive. Glennon with time, finds Ingram on cue for the first down. Works his way to the 24-yard line. Trayvon Diggs on the stop. They'll pick up 8 and move the chains against this Dallas defense, which you feel watching the tape the last 2 weeks against New Orleans and Washington, they've really played very well.
They have. I mean, they are loaded both on the front end and on the back end, creating turnovers, pressuring the quarterback. And as you know, Trayvon Diggs he has got a ball hawking skills like none other in this league right now. Long, lean, and can really read routes and route combinations.
Beats the league with 9 picks. He's guarding Kenny Galladay. Glennon's going to take a deep shot. He's got one-on-one with Slayton, but it's incomplete. Anthony Brown was in coverage. Teams have been attacking Anthony Brown, knowing his penchant for DPIs.
Yeah, well, Anthony Brown right here playing off. You see, he walks up initially, and now he just plays off, stays on top of this route on the double move the whole time, really understanding where the sticks are and what they're trying to attack him with. Really nice job staying on top of the route on Darius Slayton.
Second down, halfway through the first. Barkley powering ahead, and he works his way to the 29.
It's nice patience, waiting for the tight end to come around there on a little kind of wham insert type of thing from the outside to the inside. Has to wait on that block a little bit and gets himself some yardage there. That's one of the things that he needs. Freddie Kitchens, the offensive coordinator, as you see right there, talked about just hitting it up in there, but being patient. Once you get it in there, let the things develop, and then see if you can use your burst.
4th game calling the plays for Kitchens since Jason Garrett was let go. Devontae Booker is into the backfield. Glennon. That ball was tipped into the air, and the ball-hawking Cowboys have another pick. This is Jordan Lewis. A career-high 3rd interception, and this is what Dallas's defense has done as well as any team in the league. Only the Colts have more takeaways than Dallas.
Well, it comes in from right here in the center. That's DeMarcus Lawrence inside. Nice little pass rush move. When you create pressure, what happens? Tips, overthrows, that's what happens. Hits the arm right here, ball in the air, and that's using an outside pass rusher inside over a guard to get a favorable matchup. Dan Quinn, the defense coordinator, is so smart, understanding protection, understanding how to break down that protection. That time it's DeMarcus Lawrence inside over the guard.
From the 13, Prescott swings it out, looking for Elliott. It's an incomplete forward pass. That was sniffed out well by the Giant defense. Good job by Williams right out there.
Yeah, they motion out to a little bunch formation, and they had that one, as you mentioned, sniffed out all the way. Williams seeing that bunch, seeing Elliott in the back portion of that bunch, just basically blitzes that thing as soon as he sees it.
Elliott right up the gut for a touchdown. As they often do, the Cowboys take advantage of the takeaway and strike first.
Well, you know what you want to do? You want to follow your best. Isn't that what you want to do? And your best is Zach Martin. You're going to roll around here off this draw. You see him, bam, right there inside Ontae Crowder, opening up a lane for Zeke Elliott. Look at him wrap that football up. Touchdown, Zeke Elliott and the Cowboys.
Greg Zuerlein. Some of that swirling wind causing some problems. They missed the point after, but a touchdown after the takeaway. The hit by Lawrence, the grab by Jordan Lewis, and Zeke makes it count. Touchdown, Cowboys. Defense and how they use takeaways and control the ball. That's what the Cowboys have done this season too. 28 takeaways this season. Second most to Indianapolis.
21 interceptions after that one, right? The most in the National Football League.
Yep, Diggs a big reason for that. Jordan Lewis has had a great year as well. Touchback out to the 25. Come the Giants. You still have a chance at $100,000 of Terry Bradshaw's money. Just wait for the look on his face. Does this look like the man who wants to give you money? He does not want to give it to you. You should take it from him. You can download the QR code right now. Scan that. You can enter Fox Super 6's NFL Sunday Challenge.
Howie doesn't look concerned at all.
Howie just looks like Terry's accountant who doesn't know what to do anymore. He's like, what am I supposed to do? The guy just keeps giving it away. Try to bounce back after the interception, Mike Glennon. Get the ball out quick. That was the big message from Joe Judge and Freddie Kitchens this week in the pass game. Saw what the rush of Dallas did on the first drive. Head of steam for Saquon Barkley, and he's caught up to by Jaron Kearse, the leading tackler for this Dallas defense, which has had a fantastic season, a wonderful turnaround. Remember, they gave up a franchise record in points last season. Dan Quinn comes in, and the numbers have taken a major turn for the better this season for Dallas.
Hey, part one! Part one! Part one!
Right back to the ground, and Barkley gets stopped just shy of the line to gain at the 34. 3rd and 1 coming up.
This is something you talked about, Mike Glennon, getting the ball out of your hand quickly. You've got to be able to do that. You've also got to be able to stay ahead of the chains with your running game. Right now, a 3rd down and short, that's exactly where you want to be. Eating up clock, taking time, making sure you keep Dallas's offense on the sideline and continuing to put yourself in manageable situations on 3rd down.
Ball control very important against the offense that's trying to find itself in bounds.
No question about it, and also very important against a defense that has so much talent.
Yeah. So in a short yardage situation, you get to do this. You just get to run it right up the gut and move the chains to the 39 with Barkley running into Keanu Neal.
And one of the things that does for you also, Adams, it just slows down a pass rush. When you have a incredibly gifted defensive front, linebackers that can rush the passer, what you want to do is put them on their heels. Make them have to defend both. So when you line up to the line of scrimmage, they're thinking, well, they could run it here, they could throw it here. They've got duality as an offense, and that's what you have to make sure you put a defense on its heels.
Devontae Booker is the back now. Good turn to the outside, and he's got a 1st down and more into Dallas territory, all the way inside the 35-yard line. 28-yard run for Devontae Booker.
Well, this is a play they call duo, so you're getting double teams all the way across here, but Booker reads the inside sink by the safety and the outside linebacker toward that left-hand side where those double teams were, and he just breaks it to the outside. Devontae Booker just does everything well for them. He really has been a great change of pace in that Giants backfield.
At the start when Barkley was out earlier this year. There is Booker again. Gets to the 29-yard line. It was this game in Week 5 where Saquon Barkley suffered that left ankle injury that kept him out for 4 games, and Booker stepped in very admirably and did a nice job in the backfield.
Yeah, and they're executing right now exactly what they want to do. Run the football, have some explosive plays in the run game, but really it's just about slowing down that defense, not letting that defense rush the passer like they did in their last drive that created an interception.
So since the pick, now 6 consecutive runs, including that one from Barkley. Keanu Neal tripped them up.
A nice job, just quick snapping, right at the line of scrimmage, running the tight end across the formation to kick out the outside. And Saquon Barkley hitting that thing up tight. He told us, man, he just felt more explosive last week. He felt like he's reading it better. His eyes are seeing the blocking schemes better, and you can see that so far early in this drive.
Another 3rd and short for the Giants. Fake to Barkley, immediate penetration. What a catch by Saquon Barkley, and he's got the first down.
Stop it.
Unbelievable grab by Barkley.
Stop it. The first thing is he gets the block. So watch him get up in here and basically stop the defensive line right there. And now go ahead and just pick the end of the ball up. Come on. Come on, Saquon. Ow!
Oh, that's
man, I love this game. I love this game. That is an incredible. I mean, for a, 5-6 yard gain, that's one of the most incredible plays you'll see on the weekend.
Just bailed out Mike Glennon and the offensive line that saw the immediate pressure. Booker's back in, and a fresh set of downs. That time, there's the big front. Neville Gallimore, who made his season debut last week, gets the tackle for loss. Got to go back and look at that catch, though, one more time.
I mean, how? I mean, that is at the very tip, at the very back end of the football.
It's like an outfielder snow coning a baseball, just barely holding on to it. That was incredible. Give to Booker on 2nd down. Booker churning the legs through Gallimore. The rest of the Cowboys rally near the 17-yard line.
So many people want to talk about Joe Judge, you know, and will he be returned and all this, that, and the other, and the lack of production as an offense and lack of wins as a football team. One thing about Joe Judge right now, you watch the way they're running the ball right now. You watch the way this offensive line is coming off. And yeah, I understand talent has been an issue here, but man, there is no problem with the just the toughness that they're playing with and the effort that you saw right there in that run from Booker.
Third and 5. Glennon looking for the back, and it's Galladay on that top side. Incomplete with Micah Parsons, the linebacker, having to step outside in coverage.
Well, you see, I mean, this is just Micah Parsons. Watch the intelligence here. He sees his guy pick off the cornerback, Anthony Brown, and what does he do? He just instantly adjusts to the outside. Instinct. That's what makes him amazing, guys. This guy can rush the passer. He can sack the quarterback. Then he reads the pick play right there on Anthony Brown, and he exchanges the responsibility right off the bat. That's an amazing play.
So we saw both big brother and little brother, Barkley and Parsons, who have a very close relationship, both make impressive plays on that drive. The Barkley catch, which kept the drive alive, and then the Parsons play, which forced the field goal try. Giants on the board at 6-3. It sets up for a great upcoming week of a lot of football. Got a doubleheader Monday, doubleheader on Fox on Tuesday, then on NFL Network, 49ers and Titans. That Washington Eagles game on Tuesday is going to be a big one, especially for Cowboy fans. If Dallas wins today, depending on the result of that Tuesday game, Dallas could technically clinch the NFC East come Tuesday. They could have a playoff spot in hand by the end of the night tonight.
Wood football every day of the week. I'm in.
Take that Wednesday off for yourself. That's a self-care day. Here's Corey Clement from the 5. Long-time Philadelphia Eagle who saw a lot of success against the Giants. Takes it out across the 30-yard line. So Dak Prescott comes out. This was as explosive of an offense as we saw in the first 7 games. Obviously, Prescott had that calf injury in week 6. By week 7, Cooper Rush led the comeback against Minnesota week 8. But the numbers the last 6 games just haven't been as sharp.
They haven't. They've had some injuries. They've had some shuffling on the offensive line. It's really been about continuity to me more than anything else. And as we mentioned, Dak Prescott says, I'm 100% healthy, ready to roll.
There's Tony Pollard, and there's Jalen Smith, the former Cowboy who got signed this week by the Giants. 2nd-round pick in 2016, played 68 games for the Cowboys, including 4 this year. Then Micah Parsons and Keanu Neal really started to come alive. They took over for Smith, ended up with the Packers for a couple of games, and now with the Giants facing his old team. And his tackle should take us to the end of the first quarter, and it does. An interception leading to a touchdown for Dallas. That's how they got the early lead. A Giants drive ends in a field goal. 6-3 through 1 in Jersey. Turnover. Dallas with the takeaway leading to a score. See the offensive line for Dallas. They've got Connor Williams at left guard, and Ty Nsekhe has checked in at left tackle. Connor McGovern going back to fullback again. He's done that a bunch. He's there blocking for Tony Pollard, who slips tackles and has a first down in Giants territory. Julian Love finally stops him after 17 yards.
I love it when they pull extra offensive linemen in there, right there. McGovern leading the way. I was hoping they'd call that the Husky formation, but they call it Thor or Hulk.
Yeah,
you know, one of those things.
They're big on the Avengers.
Yeah, I love it when they bring the big guys in there, give them a little love, a little run.
Downhill blocking from McGovern. Prescott off the fake, climbing the pocket, delivering down the middle, and he's got it from Michael Gallup inside the Giants' 30-yard line. 19 more yards for the Dallas offense.
Well, Nsekhe, they talk about him being a little bit better at the left tackle from a pass protection, but watch that, put that foot in the ground, hitch, climb that pocket, and then a beautiful, that's the kind of catch that you have to have your receivers make to get you back into a rhythm. If people want to talk about slump, that'll get you out of a slump right there. Big catch over the middle by Gallup.
From the 28. Pollard again into the arms of Dexter Lawrence and company. So we mentioned it at the top, the Cowboys receiving core has all missed time. Obviously, Gallup had that week 1 injury against Tampa Bay, but Amari Cooper missed time. CeeDee Lamb missed time. Cedric Wilson missed some time because of an ankle injury. This is only the 4th game all year that Prescott, Gallup, Cooper, Lamb, and Wilson are all together on the field.
Well, you say all those names, too. What an embarrassment of riches.
Sure.
What a great job they have done creating a roster with all kinds of talent on it.
Elliott back in, blocking for Prescott, who delivers to Lamb. Moved back on his own accord to the 22-yard line. It'll be 3rd down.
Just the underneath catch. One of the things that Lamb does so well, I mean, you think of him as a guy that's going to stretch the field and do all those things, which he can. But Kellen Moore puts him in situations to be in space, underneath, the toughness stuff. That's really where he comes out, and he just sets a tone for this offense from a toughness standpoint.
Prescott, that collapsing pocket, had to escape it, and he finds CeeDee Lamb on the sideline for the first down. Inside the 15-yard line, they pick up 9 to move the chains.
You want to talk about a great decision by Prescott. Watch him move in the pocket. He wants to dump this to Elliott, but he sees the coverage right here, and he goes, I can't make it there. Now I'm just going to go find my secondary guy, and that's my 3rd down target. CeeDee Lamb, adjust your route. Stay alive, stay active for your quarterback. See that he's in trouble, mirror him as much as you can, give him that target to complete that pass and create a first down.
From the 13, give to Elliott. And Azeez Ojulari comes in from the backside with the stop at the 10. Ojulari has played very well for the Giants, a sack in back-to-back games. He leads the Giants with a New York rookie record 7.5. So you got Parsons leading all rookies, Jalen Phillips, who's had a really good year in Miami, and then you got Ojulari, the rookies who lead the way.
Yeah, and before anybody says, well, what about LT? LT sacks weren't an official statistic when LT came in as a rookie.
1982 when they started tracking it. Looking for Lamb. That's through his left arm and incomplete.
A little sunshine down to that area of the field. I'm wondering if he just lost track of that ball. But that's one of the things he does. They want to get it to him in space, the bubble screens. You see this coming from the shade into the light right there, and I think it just is in his eyes. He didn't see it off that visor.
Great shot by Arthur. You can see the light glinting there. 3rd and 7 on what is going to be a 9-play drive. It's a give to Elliott. Want to pound it up the middle, and it's Quincy Roche along with Dexter Lawrence in on the stop. That'll bring up 4th down, and the kicking unit will come on for Dallas. Remember, Greg Zuerlein missed a point after at the other end of the field on a shorter kick than that one. Now it'll be 26 yards for 3 points. Both kickers were dealing with some of those wind issues earlier today.
Yeah, that extra point looked like he kicked a wiffle ball. That thing was moving.
He's trying to keep it left. Pulled it too far left. You see the wind just kind of pushing it back towards the middle. We'll keep an eye on that as the day goes on. Well, the Cowboys drive ends with 3 more. Zuerlein was 4 for 4 last week against Washington. He makes it 9-3. And the Cowboys add 3 more. Early stages 2nd quarter. Dallas came in as a heavy favorite this afternoon. The Giants will get the ball back. Saquon Barkley involved early. 120th meeting going back to December of 1960. Long time. Pharaoh Cooper looking for an alley, and he'll get hit shy of the 25. Kelvin Joseph, the rookie out of Kentucky, with the stop. No Kadarius Toney, no John Ross III. Both of those receivers unavailable. And as the Giants have done the last few weeks, because of those wide receiver issues, they've leaned heavily on the run game. 11 of their 16 snaps have been rushes. There's a fake. Glennon over the middle, and he's got Colin Johnson, who lost the football, and the Cowboys jump on top of it. Leighton Vander Esch. Every turnover is reviewed, but Johnson was moving upfield when he lost the football.
Well, it certainly was a catch. He moved upfield. Does he get
The rule on
touched?
the field is a catch and a fumble recovered by the defense. 1st down, Dallas.
That's the point there, Stink. Will they rule that he was touched down? If Trayvon Diggs made any contact with Colin Johnson, and it looked like he did, that should be down by contact. They'll review it, and we'll have the answer for you on the other side.
This holiday, Verizon has the deal.
Lost the football. Dean Blandino's with us, and what did you see? Walk us through, DB.
Yeah, a couple things to look at here. First, is it a catch? He's going to the ground. Does he have control? He does get both steps, but does he perform an act common to the game? Is there an additional step? If it is a catch, and they did rule it that way, it looks like he was touched with that shin down. I like it as incomplete. I don't see the additional football move. I think he's going to the ground. It's all one action. But if they stay catch, then I do think he's down.
So you hear DB kind of breaking it down into 2 segments, catch or no catch. And if it is a catch, it looked like he was touched down by Diggs and maintained possession while the shin went down. So we'll see what Jerome Boger and company think here.
Yeah, I think if you asked an 8-year-old, they'd say it was a catch. I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it. And then touched before that ball came out, but in real time, it's close. There's the touch. Then the ball gets loose. You can see that.
And the difference is between an incompletion and a completion, 15 yards.
Hey, when I was growing up in Alaska playing catch with my buddies, that was a catch. Right? Isn't that how it works when you were 8, 9 years old?
In an ideal world, common sense, you could determine a catch or no catch strictly by just looking at it. It'd be common sense. But as we've noticed over the last 10 years of breaking replays down frame by frame, there's a lot of nuance that ends up taking place in a lot of these plays.
Of course, I was playing in Alaska where all the fields were full of snow. So
sure.
So I think we probably graded ourselves a little easy.
I do feel like you compensate a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, give yourselves a break. This is Ryu taking a little bit longer than we think, but the ball is currently spotted at the 39-yard line. Should indicate that it was a catch for Colin Johnson.
Well, it's like Dean Bellandino said, they're looking at several different things here, right?
And you want to check the clock. You want to make sure that the ball is spotted in the proper area. All of that needs to be taken care of. That's why this review is seemingly taking a little bit longer. Longtime NFL official Jerome Boger will have a call for us here.
After reviewing the play, it was a completed catch with the New York Giants player down by contact at the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from that spot. Please reset the game clock to 10:21.
They had to make sure the clock was in the right spot, so we appreciate Dean. Remember, he gave us 2 segments to take a look at. Was it a catch? They ruled it was. And then was he down by contact, which he was with Diggs' hand in the back of Colin Johnson. They'll give him an additional yard to the 40-yard line and spot him there.
Obviously, the Cowboys don't like it, but I think that's the right call all the way around. I think it was a catch. I think that was, at least to my eyes, clear, and certainly it was clear that Diggs put his hand in Johnson's back down by contact. So I think it's the right call.
So 1st down and a handoff to Saquon Barkley. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play as Neville Gallimore was the first one to meet him. Saquon Barkley, born in the Bronx. Grew up a Jet fan because of Curtis Martin. Played his high school ball like Parsons did in Pennsylvania. Come out, Devontae Booker back in. See Saquon's career against Dallas. He'd love to finally get that win during the stretch. 8 of 9 won by Dallas. Excellent penetration up front by DeMarcus Lawrence again. As he knocks down Booker at the 38. He's living in the Giant
Well, I just want you to look at everybody across the board here, right? They've got everybody lined up. 5 guys across, matching that defensive line to the offensive line, getting one-on-ones across the board, and there's Lawrence in the backfield again. That creates, you can't double team. When you line everybody up on a man, then it's all singular blocked, and that's what Dallas did right there.
More pressure. Glennon had to get rid of it to Booker, and the tackle made by Malik Hooker on Booker. But again, there was pressure immediately in the face of Mike Glennon.
Well, getting the double A gaps, there you see, you've got Armstrong 92 in 1 A gap. Basham getting some pressure right there. You had Parsons on the other A gap. Glennon doing a good job just to get the ball out of his hands.
Riley Dixon has to punt away again. Fair catch late signaled by CeeDee Lamb. They'll set up shop from inside their own 10-yard line. Dallas's defense, a major reason for their success, playing well early. On the 2 Dallas possessions, they'll start this drive from their own 8-yard line.
It's always nice when you can have a 2-play drive for a touchdown.
And of course, that was after the interception by Jordan Lewis that set up Dallas with a short field. Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield. And he'll get the carry. Good job, Jalen Smith, Bernardrick McKinney, Tay Crowder, Quincy Roche. These are all linebackers that are stepping in for the Giants. Good penetration.
Oh, I love it when you just set the edge. Just come down here, make sure you set it, and send it back inside. And then Bernardrick on the pulling guard. Martin can't do it any better than that.
Little tempo from Dallas. Dalton Schultz on the catch. Grabbed by both Tay Crowder and Bernardrick McKinney. That'll be just shy of the line to gain. 3rd and short coming up for Dallas. To get that cushion first down if they're starting inside their own 10.
Yeah, coming off the end zone, you limit part of your playbook. You probably squeeze your play by about 30%. So you have less to choose from down there because your quarterback's backed up against the goal line. So getting off is very important, getting off that goal line.
High snap, pitch to Elliott. Trying to pound forward and does. A few yards behind the line of scrimmage and was able to work past the sticks to keep the drive going.
People like to talk about, they like to talk about him getting out here and him not being the same guy he was. But one thing is for certain, when it comes to the point of contact, he will drop that shoulder, same foot, same shoulder, and he'll give you a mouthful of Rydell. There's no question he's always been able to do that.
Off the fake to Elliott. Prescott wanted to go deep, instead checks it down. Elliott able to maneuver around Ellerson Smith. 2nd down coming, down to the field in Shannon.
Well, Adam, how many times this week did we have to hear or read about the word slump? And Dak Prescott was completely honest with us. He said, listen, I know we should be putting up more numbers with the playmakers we have, but he does not think it's a slump. Ezekiel Elliott said, we know what we are capable of. We know what we need to do to fix it, but we have not lost confidence.
Prescott's been so self-reflective in his NFL career. Obviously, takes a lot on himself. He recognizes that he's let the defense down sometimes because they've played very well. He feels they should do more on offense. We'll set up 3rd down and short here, and we'll set up a game break with CT. What's up, Carissa?
Thanks, Adam. The 1-win Lions up 3-0 on Arizona, and they add to that. Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown for a 37-yard score. Lions are up 10-0 on the Cardinals. Adam?
How about that? Don't forget that Dallas and Arizona will meet in Week 17 in a game that could go a long way in deciding playoff seeding. Remember, only the #1 seed gets a bye in the opening round of the playoffs. There's about 4 teams all battling for that right now. CeeDee Lamb lines up in the backfield. McGovern is a fullback. And they'll give it to Elliott, who is lined up almost like an up back, and he's got the first down. And still churning, and still pushing, and all the way out to the 38-yard line. That'll make the offensive line feel good, and I imagine you have a solitary tear falling down your cheek right now.
Just so strong, just so strong. And I love the design of this because you fake the pitch out to CeeDee Lamb, which holds the backside of the defense from constricted, and then just go ahead, just keep pushing. Look at all those guys in there.
Looked like it was going to be a 2 or 3 yard gain. Ends up being a 10-yard rush.
Schultz was in there pushing. Biotish, the center, was in there pushing.
Here's Pollard. Good maneuvering through the middle of that defense. And he takes it out to the 45-yard line, picks up 7. But Ardrick McKinney on the stop.
They really have developed a nice 1-2 punch, haven't they, with those two guys? The physicality of Zeke Elliott and just the dynamic kind of slashy nature of Pollard. Slashy, I think that's a word.
I'm
not sure, but it sounds good to me.
It's apt. He really is arguably the best #2 back in the NFL. It's been said all year. And here he is with another first down. Got tripped up in open space by Julian Love in Giants territory. 10 more yards for Tony Pollard. Had the torn left plantar fascia against New Orleans on the road in that Week 13 game. Just a slight tear. It causes a lot of pain, but he was good enough to go this week after missing the game against Washington.
Yeah, that's a tricky injury. You just want it to tear all the way so it heals, but every time it tears, it just gives you a little bit more pain.
To the outside for Amari Cooper in front of James Bradbury. They'll knock him down at the 41-yard line. 2nd down.
The crowd gives the Cooper chant right there. They Coop.
A lot of Dallas fans have made it over to MetLife Stadium today. This is a very large Dallas contingent. We've done a lot of Giants games this year. This is probably the largest road contingent we've seen. There's CeeDee Lamb on the slant. He's got a first down. Logan Ryan on the stop at the 30. This is where you said they love Lamb, middle of the field.
Yeah, this is where he does his work right here. Just inside the middle of the field, what we call the F position. Get your, just pin the defensive back behind you with your body mechanics. Catching that ball just makes it look so easy.
Doing it again, this time incomplete. Lamb nearly had a one-handed catch. It'll bring up second down. CeeDee Lamb, the leading receiver this season for Dak Prescott of the Cowboys.
On the little over route right there, and he's just slowing it down. Really good job slowing it down so he doesn't run himself into coverage, and then almost pulls off the one-hand catch. But he had to slow down so he doesn't run across the field into that corner who sunk out in that corner. So, you know, it's really savvy awareness, but just couldn't reel it in.
I wonder if Lamb is having some trouble seeing. That visor is messing with him a little bit. Here is Pollard with another strong run, another first down on the ground for Dallas. 13-yard pickup for Tony Pollard.
His ability, we called him, or I called him slashy, but his ability inside, just to have that feel, to be able to make those jump cuts one after the other and set up your blockers. Create an opportunity for your blockers to have that time to get to the second level and to draw those guys in to you as a blocker.
First.
Giants use a timeout. We're back after this from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm, we got to talk.
Yeah, it turns out you guys give everyone great rates.
I'm aware.
Well, then how come this entire time we've been calling it the Patrick price?
I've literally never called it that.
Yeah, you call it the Rogers rate, which is cool. But it's a pretty inaccurate name when Stevie gets it, too.
We offer great rates to fit anyone's budget.
You should just say that next time.
It's the first time I heard about it.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Both of these teams have seen Patrick Mahomes this year. Both teams suffered a loss against Kansas City, Dallas most recently, and then, of course, Green Bay. They'll be on against Baltimore later this afternoon with a chance to lock up the NFC North with a victory. That'll be America's Game of the Week with Joe, Troy, Aaron, and Tom. Pollard in the backfield, fresh set of downs for Dallas. 13th play of the drive coming. Approaching the 2-minute warning. Fake to Pollard, outside to Cooper. And Julian Love would not give up on the play. He wanted to make sure Cooper had nowhere to go. Limits him to a short gain to the 15.
Well, Julian Love just coming from the back here, understanding what's coming. Now watch him across, follows the motion. Nice wrap up.
See if they run the play before the 2-minute warning. They got a penalty marker thrown. Let's see here.
But Carter came
There's
across
no
the
foul
ball.
on the play. This is the 2-minute warning.
No foul on either side. The clock hit 2 minutes prior. Mike McCarthy was hoping for a free 5
You know who doesn't agree with that? Mike McCarthy.
Entertaining first 28 minutes. 9-3 Cowboys. Come on back after the break here. A little bit of nightmare fuel as well. 2-minute warning first half. Cowboys have 2nd and 7. Ezekiel Elliott in the game. On the right side, he is the recipient. And he is out of bounds. Knocked out by Jaron Williams. 3rd down coming up. So the final 2 minutes of the first half, which so many coaches talk about how important it is towards the momentum of a game. The Cowboys, very good. The Giants have been outscored 59-0. Most points allowed, and the only team without points in the final 2 minutes of the first half. There's pressure on Prescott. What a rush by the Giants. Roche and Ojulari off the edges.
Well, you get up inside with guys, and it opens up the outside. The offensive line has to adjust the potential of the inside pass rushers, creating opportunity on the edge by Roche and Ojulari. Really nice design, really nice play call by Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator.
A couple of rookies who have been very solid as edge rushers this season. The Giants will use a timeout, their 2nd, to save as much time as possible at the end of this half.
What a great call, by the way, right? Walk up in there, show the blitz from the inside, create the opportunity for your outside guys to be unblocked to the edge. Really nice job.
And not just the design, really good timing for that call from Patrick Graham, it feels like.
Absolutely.
Good from 26. This from 42 for Zuerlein. That one right down the middle. 9-point lead, but the Giants hold the Cowboys to a field goal. Roche with 2 sacks coming in. Ojulari with 7.5. They team up for a big one there. Diaz, maybe a little bit of a critique of the sack dance, or maybe a little rehearsal for the next time around. Roche and Ojulari end up stopping the longest drive for Dallas this year, play-wise, and holding it to just a field goal. Took nearly 7 minutes off the clock. A line drive past Pharaoh Cooper and a touchback with 99 seconds to go in the half. Well, Sunday, January the 30th, Monarch arrives, starring Academy Award winner Susan Sarandon, a favorite for all of us on this crew, Anna Friel, and Trace Adkins. This music dynasty, when you inherit the legacy, you inherit the lies. Sting. Sunday, January 30th on Fox.
Yeah, that looks like
by far my favorite tagline to read all season, undoubtedly.
It's like a good one. I'm sure my wife will start recording that one. She loves that. Country music.
We're all Sarandonites here.
Yeah, sure. Why wouldn't you be?
Watch Bull Durham here. Come on. Mike Glennon and the Giants from the 25. Barkley in the game. Gets the check down with blockers. And Saquon Barkley with a first down. Seeking body contact, running into Malik Hooker.
That's when you know you're feeling a lot better, right? When he said he's healthy, he means it there. That excites Barkley. When you can create some contact, you know your body feels good. You know you're ready to explode. Really nice play.
The 40. Same play. On that time, good penetration and pursuit off the edge by Carlos Watkins. Remember, the Cowboys are without both Osa Odigizua and Tristan Hill, added to the COVID IR yesterday. So Watkins, Gallimore, Bohanna, and Hamilton is the rotation. Back to the ground in Barkley. And that ball came out loose. And it belongs to Andrew Thomas. It looked like Carlos Watkins was battling for it as well. Those two were fighting for it. It is Watkins who came out with it, according to Jerome Vogel.
It's a fumble recovered by the defense. First down, Dallas.
DeMarcus Lawrence again punched the ball out from Barkley. Watkins and Thomas both battled for it. That's a clear punch out by Lawrence.
Just a beautiful job of locating the ball as you're fighting on that line of scrimmage and just absolutely thunder punching that thing out of the grip of Saquon. But look at that perfect timing right there. Understanding exactly, having that body presence, that awareness to just just bam, slugging at that ball for DeMarcus Lawrence. That guy has made so many plays, and he's been moving around from outside to inside. Beautifully done.
This was a defensive front that was without Lawrence for most of the year after he broke his foot in the opener. He's been back the last 3 games, part of this really good defensive effort from Dallas the last few.
This is how you end up being outscored 59-0 at the end of the first half, in the last 2 minutes of the first half. Putting the ball on the ground, not protecting it.
Watkins down by contact, setting up Dallas at the +46 with all 3 timeouts in 40 seconds. That's punched into the air by Bradbury. Looking for Amari Cooper. Boy, the ball is flying all over the place now.
Boy, Bradbury ran that route better than Amari Cooper did. He knew what was coming. He knew it was the slant. He was off coverage. He just put his foot in the ground and just broke on it. Said, man, I'm running the route for you. I'm the one running the slant. Really savvy play by 24, Bradbury.
Prescott over the middle. And good job to get to the ball by Tate Crowder as Malik Turner made the catch. Just his 9th for the season. Timeout used with 30 seconds to play. So while we got a moment, Kurt Menefee is going to tell us what's coming at half.
All right, coming up on the Verizon Halftime, we'll have scores and highlights from around the league. But you guys know that all Madden Doc debuts right here on Fox on Christmas Day. So let me hear your best boom. Boom, 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 boom. It's not bad. We'll see what they do with the highlights coming up on the Verizon Halftime.
What?
What?
Expect many a boom in halftime. Let's see what happens, though, in this final half minute. Dallas in plus territory. That's, by the way, that fumble that Lawrence just forced on Barkley. It's only the third fumble of Barkley's career. Hadn't lost a fumble until that moment. That is a big takeaway by Dallas, their second of the day. Still 2 timeouts in 30 seconds. And on 3rd and 4, Prescott to throw. And Dalton Schultz holds on to it for the first down to the 33-yard line. And Mike McCarthy will use a second Cowboy timeout. Certainly in field goal range right now for Zuerlein, who's got the big leg. Chance to extend the lead. Remember, the Giants will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, that's why possession at the end of the first half is so important, right? You're going to send Dallas in on the sideline for the last almost 2 minutes of the first half. Then they have to go in and sit. Then you get the ball back. It's one of those things that you hope they get out of a little bit of offensive rhythm. And then you put the ball on the ground. Excellent play by DeMarcus Lawrence. Don't get me wrong, but those are the things that happen to teams that struggle.
Yeah.
Those are the things that you can't allow to happen, because that's how all of a sudden you look up at the wrong end of a score.
Safety pressure coming for the Giants from Logan Ryan. Prescott delivers on target to Schultz, who's trying to get out of bounds, and he does inside the 20-yard line. So they save the timeout with 16 seconds left.
Dak Prescott always starts with protection. Really nice job picking up, mixing it between Biotish, the center, also Ezekiel Elliott, and then look at Schultz just fighting, stiff-arming, driving to get out of bounds, understanding the situation right now, how he wants to be able to save that last time out.
3 targets, 3 grabs for Dalton Schultz, the second leading pass catcher on the team. Prescott. Again, it's Schultz. Gets surrounded by the Giants defenders with 7 seconds and counting. You got to take a timeout here, and they will, to set up potentially a field goal. So we'll be back after this from Pepsi and Verizon.
Hon, those ribs ready?
No.
Ribs, better with Pepsi.
This holiday, Verizon has the deal that gets better and better and better.
Get iPhone 13 Pro on us when you trade in your old or damaged phone. Better?
Better.
Hey, and up to $1,000 when you switch. Because everyone deserves better.
Good from 26 and 42. And after another Dallas takeaway, they'll have a shot at a 27-yard try.
Their third and final timeout of the half. 37.
Giants will use their last timeout before Zuerlein tries to kick this one through. Again, the final 2 minutes of the first half. It's been a problem spot all year for the Giants. Turnovers have been an issue today. Again, this is a rare sight to see Saquon Barkley give up possession of the football. Only his 3rd fumble. He had one against Dallas in 2019. He had one against the Saints earlier this year, but both had been recovered by the Giants. First time he's lost one, and it was Lawrence, who's been very good in the first half.
I mean, and I understand. I understand you can't put it on the ground, but, I mean, that was spectacular by Lawrence.
Yeah,
just
really
the timing of that, the execution of that. Wonderful job by DeMarcus Lawrence.
And 6 points added on a couple of field goals in the final 2 minutes by Dallas. They have 10 points off of 2 takeaways today. And the first half stats for the first half are brought to us by Old Navy. 2 turnovers leading to 10 points. Dallas with the possession and yardage victory. They look sharp. It'll be Giants football to start the second half. And Dallas with a 15-3 lead at the halftime break. Off to Los Angeles, Kurt Menefee and the gang. They've got your Verizon halftime report. Ball was tipped into the air, and the ball-hawking Cowboys have another pick. Elliott right up the gut for a touchdown.
The ball, come on. Come on, Saquon.
Ow!
Oh, that's
Man, I love this game. I love this game.
All part of our progressive game flow in the first half, where the Cowboys have the lead going into quarter number 3. Adam Amin, Mark Schlereth, Shannon Spake on the field, and a warm fire here in the booth. So the Cowboys, we talked about their offense, trying to get back on track from what we saw first half of the year. Evaluate what you saw in the first 30.
Yeah, love the running game, love the mixture between Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard. There's no question about that. But I think the big thing for me, Adam, right now is red zone. You've got to be able to get in there and score when you get down in the red zone, and that's been an issue for the Dallas Cowboys on the road, something they need to address in this second half.
And 1 touchdown in 4 trips to the red zone today. They've been much better at home in that regard. The takeaways led to 9 points for Dallas. Saquon Barkley with the rare fumble and the oft-seen interception by Dallas's defense, both leading to scores. The Giants will get the ball to start half number 2. Zerline will kick it away. Farrell Cooper's back there ready to return. Booming shot by Zerline, another touchback. Shannon, what'd you learn at halftime, my friend?
Well, what a range of emotions that first half was for Saquon Barkley. You guys mentioned the one-handed catch and then, of course, the turnovers. He was not happy about that, according to Joe Judge. But they're not happy about the turnovers in general in that first half. He said it cannot happen. We have to continue the drives, finish those drives. Defensively, yeah, we held them to 3 is what Joe Judge told me, but we have to handle the tempo and expect to see more of that Dallas tempo, especially no huddle in the second half. Mike McCarthy saying he really liked that. Another point of emphasis for this Dallas team is time of possession. He said we have to win that in these division games.
They're +6 in minutes in that first half of possession. Here's Barkley back. Look at the shifty maneuvering by Saquon Barkley to pick up 6 yards.
And there's that patient we talked about, right? He just keeps working once he gets into the line of scrimmage. And that's the key. Get into the line of scrimmage and then now be patient. Keep pressing, keep pressing. Nice little juke right there on Lewis for the extra yardage.
Lennon on the slant looking for Evan Ingram. That is going to be incomplete. Could not hold on to it.
Execution. And these are the things. I mean, it's beautiful right there. In the middle, you just got to reel that thing in. When you're struggling as a football team, I mean, that thing just beats him up. Right in the body. Right through the hands.
Been an issue all season for New York.
Stomach. Those are the things that you can't, when you're a struggling football team, and I understand, I mean, this game is hard, I get that, but those are the easy things that put you in a first down situation, now 3rd and 4, with a great defense that you're facing.
5th most drops in the league. New York Giants. Lennon, this time Ingram holds on. He was behind the sticks when he was tackled. Made the grab closer to the line to gain, but Anthony Brown made the stop. They'll mark him short.
Well, Anthony Brown's going to come across down here and just watch him track this. Wrap it up.
You saw where
Put him on the ground.
And you saw where Ingram made the catch. He was at the 35-36, but then moved back on his own volition. Brown made the tackle, and he was marked just shy of the 35. So indeed, it's 4th and inches. And they've got the offense out there, do the Giants. Here's Barkley, first down and more. Saquon Barkley dragged down by Casey. Make it Devontae Booker, beg your pardon. It was Casey who came up with the stop, dragging Booker down. There was a flag thrown at the end of the play, which may go against Casey as well.
Really nice job by Skura, 67 on the outside. Look at his adjustment he makes as Slayton gets the crackdown block on the outside. Then you got the
horse collar.
Horse collar here.
Defense, number 18 with a horse collar tackle. 15-yard penalty at the end of the play. Automatic. First down.
Big run again for Booker. He's had a couple of chunk yard runs already in this game. So a 30-plus yard scamper on 4th and inches, add 15 more, and just like that, the Giants are at the doorstep of the red zone. Now Barkley back in. Bouncing off tacklers, but a good surge by Jordan Lewis to finish him off. Another penalty marker thrown, though, right in the middle of the field.
Might get a block in the back here, I think. Sterling Shepard.
Offense, number 80. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Kyle Rudolph, the veteran, gets tagged for the holding penalty.
Oh, here he is on the outside, right here. You're going to see him come down, and then it's just off the edge there, driving Golston. You got to know when to pull your hands out of those things. Those are the things that get you.
You always talk about, you could call holding on just about every play if you wanted to. It's a matter of timing and how long you hold on. First and 20. Oh, man. They had Barkley and Ingram both out there. And I'm not sure where that ball was going to. I think both targets thought it was potentially coming to them.
Saquon Barkley just kind of stops on the route. I mean, I think Mike Glennon thinks he's going to keep going. He just stops on that flat route.
It felt like Barkley, had he kept running that same route, Glennon was expecting him seemingly to be there.
And he felt like there was, I think he felt like there was coverage out there. Let me stop it so I don't run myself into a hit.
Second and 20. Barkley hit, lost the ball. It should be an incomplete forward pass, and it will be. Cowboys were looking to take it the other way again. The ball is loose again. Yeah, it was already ruled as an incomplete pass, but things getting more physical. Even Joe Judge is out on the field telling the officials, hey, let's settle all this down. Jerome Boger grabbed Will Hernandez to try to get him away from the pile. See Lewis on the hit. Barkley never had possession of it. It was a forward pass, and it's incomplete. You see Joe Judge making sure none of his players get tagged with a penalty or anything of that nature, too. See him talking to the umpire saying, I want to throw a flag. He was certainly thinking there was something going on physically with the Cowboys in there. Barry Anderson's the umpire on this officiating crew. So after all that, 3rd and 20. Herky-jerky drive for the Cowboys, and Booker gets tackled at the 25-yard line by Keanu Neal. So now the field goal unit will come out for the Giants. Boy, that run by Booker on 4th and inches felt like it had given him a lot of momentum. The holding penalty kills the drive.
And that is, you know, again, going back to a struggling football team, right? You create the turnover at the end of the first half as DeMarcus Lawrence punches the ball out. Then you get a nice run by Booker, setting yourself up for a potential red zone penetration touchdown. A holding call gets you out of that. Those are the things that the Giants have got to clean up that have plagued them all season long.
And as he has done most of the year, Graham Gano accounting for about 40% of the Giants' points this year. 9-point lead for Dallas. They'll have their first offensive series of the second half coming.
We are here.
Defense getting set to take the field. Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense rearing to go. Is going to get into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. Nearly went out of bounds. So in the NFC, the playoff picture, still a lot to decide. So among all these teams that are leading or in the wild card or in the hunt, key games coming up this week. You got the Bucs and the Saints tonight. Obviously, Cowboy fans are going to have their eyes on that. You got the 49ers and Falcons playing in the late window. And then don't forget, a huge Washington-Philly game with a couple of 6 and 7 teams battling for a wild card spot. That's on Tuesday on Fox. Here's Ezekiel Elliott and Julian Love doing everything he can to corral Elliott. And the rest of the defense led by Reggie Ragland coming in. Gain of 3 for Mike McCarthy's offense. He kind of laid it out for us. The Dallas Cowboys have the schedule in front of them that could, if they win out, put them in great position for a #1 seed. Prescott, a little underthrown, but CeeDee Lamb scoops it at the 30-yard line. In front of Jaron Williams, 3rd down coming up.
Nice job throwing it back into the blitz right there. coming off the edge, and CeeDee Lamb getting the hands underneath there, scooping it up.
Second and man out of Oklahoma. Moves to the slot to the right for 3rd and 5. Prescott climbing, slings it left side. Pollard got up and got the first down. Tony Pollard on 3rd down, able to move the chains.
Watch just Dak Prescott climb the pocket. We've seen this several times. Look at him move, manipulate, and then understand where your check down is. You always have to understand where all 5 eligibles are. Great job by Dak keeping that drive alive.
Check down to Pollard again. He's able to maneuver in space and work out to the 40-yard line.
And Pollard, for sitting out last week with that plantar fasciitis, right, the foot injury. Boy, he looks quick. Almost put this on the ground.
Leonard Williams knocked that ball out.
That was out.
Yeah, he was able to corral it right away, but that was big Leonard Williams knocking that ball free.
Call that a fortuitous bounce.
Very much so fortuitous bounce. Remember, Williams was questionable this week, hurt his elbow last week against the Chargers. It was deemed a tricep issue coming into the game today. But he's been in most of the day. Play clock's winding down for Dallas, and they'll take a timeout.
Timeout, Dallas. They're first of the half.
So we've set up the whole week of football. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then Saturday, Christmas Day. We've got a doubleheader for you. You'll have Baker Mayfield and the Browns taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. That'll be on Fox and NFL Network and streaming on Prime Video. And then Saturday night, really excited for this one. After what we saw from the Colts last night, the Cardinals were in a battle with Detroit. The Lions with a big halftime lead on Arizona today. That'll be a very important game in the NFC playoff picture for Arizona. And a key game for Indianapolis. That'll be on NFL Network Saturday night.
Colts just feel like one of those teams nobody wants to play. Big physical group up front, control line of scrimmage. Jonathan Taylor is just an absolute beast.
MVP candidate. MVP candidate right now. That offensive line is playing as good as any unit in the NFL right now. Play fake to Pollard. Prescott loops it for Lamb. And it's incomplete. CeeDee Lamb could not hold on. 3rd down coming up.
He's coming from the slot. He's going to come across the football field right here. And, you know, beautifully done. Wide open spaces right there in the hands. CeeDee Lamb has got to come up with it. And that's, you know, you talk about slumping quarterbacks. You know, you'll look at that as an incomplete pass. People will say, well, Dak hasn't been as accurate. That was beautifully thrown to CeeDee Lamb. Got to come down with that football.
He's had some drop issues today. 11 of the last 12 plays for the Cowboys have been passes. They're 6 of 9 on 3rd down. Prescott under pressure, delivers to Dalton Schultz at midfield. He's got it for a 1st down. Another 3rd down conversion for Dallas.
Well, they just bring, I mean, they've got everybody lined up off the left-hand edge. They're running a little game. Looks like Dexter Lawrence in there, hitting Dak. And you talk about accuracy under duress. Just the toughness you have to stand there in the pocket, take one, knowing you're going to get hit.
Now back to the ground, cut by Elliott into Jalen Smith. Those two squared off in the Fiesta Bowl several years ago. That was the game that Smith got injured. They met a bunch of times as teammates, obviously, with Dallas. This has continued on throughout the day. Rivalry games, second meeting of the year. They got into it last time. Remember the issues that Evan Ingram and Curse and Casey and Tony and the pushing and shoving. The Cowboys last week getting into it with some of the Washington players. NFC East football, you know this. You know this division.
That's the way it should be. You should, you know, it's sports hate. You should hate each other. It's not about trading jerseys after the game. You know what? You should give it to each other. Now, you know, I think a
little respect,
right? Respect. They were teammates. A little love for one another. But yeah, good old-fashioned rivalry.
There's Zeke right into the thick of the defense. Leonard Williams on the stop at the 44-yard line.
There it is again.
It's going to happen again. Yep. And now the flags come flying in as Tyler Biadasz, the center, is right in the heart of it. So is Leonard Williams. Talking it up with Terrence Steele.
Biotish fighting with Johnson in the middle, right here. That's just pushed you last.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 63, Dallas. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 59, New York. These fouls all set. Third down.
Biotish and Lorenzo Carter for Dallas and New York, respectively.
Biotish was fighting with Austin Johnson there. Nice play, though. Leonard Williams really made that play at the line of scrimmage. And this goes back to Joe Judge and this football team. Here's a guy that's got a tricep elbow injury that probably could have sat out, but he's fighting to play. I want to play for this coach. I want to play for the New York Giants. And it just goes to show you kind of the change. Everybody wants to talk about what is the internal change you've talked about. That's it. Guys care about each other. Guys are hanging out with one another. Guys are working hard for one another. And that's how you change the culture.
That's what you hope to see for a struggling team in terms of results.
Conduct penalty against both players for taunting.
So again, because
so it wasn't the fisticuffs.
There's no fisticuffs.
The fisticuffs are okay. It's when you talk to each other, you know, with vitriol. That's what we're going to flag.
Again, offsetting penalties, but they are unsportsmanlike on each player. Another one will disqualify him. Deep ball, Michael Gallup underthrown, and James Bradbury leaping into the air to knock it free. Fourth down.
Well, it starts with pressure. You get pressure, you can't put everything you want onto this ball. And you see it's just a little bit underthrown to Gallup right there. Nice play by Bradbury at the top, high point in that football. He's got safety help over the top on that. A little better throw on that, and that's a touchdown.
It's been an interesting last couple of series. Not a lot of rhythm on either side. You saw the chippiness as well. Fair catch by Cooper. Let's see if things get picked up here in the later stages of the third quarter. Lorenzo Carter's right in the mix again with some of the Cowboy players. You saw Jake McQuaid, the long snapper there. Big Danny Shelton, seventh-year man out of Washington. Jaquan Hardy in on it. In his second NFL game, got pushed down, trying to stand up. Chippy game, no surprise. Skirmishes in the last few minutes, and that's fired up the Giants defense a little bit.
Shelton fighting down there on punt. They were in safe punt, so they kept their defense on. Shelton, I love that rule. We used to have that rule. If a fight breaks out between you and a big guy or a little guy, you take the little guy.
Take the little guy.
Shelton went off there. That's a tried and true NFL rule right there. Shelton fighting with the little guys and Carter getting in there, mixing it up.
Giants started the year 1-5, 3-4 in their last 7 games. Script a little different for Dallas as they started the year 6-1. Went 1-3 in November, but they've won their last 2 on the road. Third consecutive road game for Dallas. Mike Leonard and the Giants start this series from the 8. Here is Saquon Barkley hopping through the defense, picking up a few yards.
It's just every play. It's just every play got something to say.
We showed you the numbers for Barkley against the Cowboys. He's yet to win against Dallas when he's been in the lineup. Cowboys have won 8 of the last 9 meetings. Giants won Week 17 last season. The Week 5 meeting a year ago was the dramatic one. That was the game where Dak Prescott got hurt. Back and forth game ended up being 37-34 with Andy Dalton at the controls for Dallas. Lennon to the right and a completion to Devontae Booker. Knocked down at the 15-yard line. Third down coming up for New York.
Run a little double under. I mean, how many backs did they have on? They had Penny in there. They had Booker in there. Trying to change up. Yeah, Barkley was out there trying to change up personnel groupings. 3 backs on the field at one time. Now they're back into wide receivers out there and tight ends.
Essentially Ingram in that flanker spot off the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and 3, with Dallas bringing heat, and a flag is thrown. Malik Hooker was in coverage of Sterling Shepard. Looked like Hooker was a little bit early. That should keep the drive alive for New York. Glennon had to get rid of that ball with Parsons coming.
Defense, number 26. Spot a foul, automatic, first down.
Well, this is one of the things that Carson does so well. I mean, he's just going to loop around here, put instant pressure, set that offensive line. You see Billy Price trying to get the kick in there. Been there, and then the slot right here, you're going to see the penalty.
Lewis, beg your pardon, on the coverage.
Hooks that hip. Gives the Giants first down.
Lewis has a pick today. He's had some big games against the Giants in his career, that time defending Shepard. Fresh set of downs. That time it's Trayvon Diggs guarding Kenny Galladay. Incomplete, second down. Carissa Thompson's got a game break.
I do. Adam, Lions up 17-3, and following a Kyler Murray interception, Jared Goff finds Jason Kabinda for the 6-yard score, his 3rd of the day. Lions rolling 24-3.
Got that late win against Minnesota. Going to make it a 2nd victory this season. Dallas has Washington next Sunday night, and then Arizona and Philadelphia on the road to close their season. Barkley with Will Hernandez in front blocking. Good pursuit and a tackle from Malik Hooker. Pick up a 5 for Saquon Barkley.
Like this, just collapse the edge right here. Get it to Barkley behind Will Hernandez, the pulling guard. You've got to have that inside out. You've seen them exploit the middle of the football field with just the bellies and the duo plays inside, the double teams. Now pop one outside, kind of that in and out game in the running game for the Giants right there. Nice execution.
Booker is lined up as a receiver to the left. Empty set for Glennon. Well, Dallas was getting ready to bring heat.
The layup game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Frustration from Glennon as the offense can't find any traction. They go from 3rd and medium to 3rd and 10.
Dallas had 5 defensive linemen on the line of scrimmage right there. No real, and Dan Quinn's doing a great job with this, no real position, if you will. The guys are all over the place, so it really makes it hard to ID what the defense is doing. You see it now again with all these guys on the outside. You've got to ID that from a protection standpoint to figure out what they're doing.
Glennon delivers towards the sticks. Darius Slayton on the catch. Line to gain was the 30. He is maybe about a half-yard shy. They've gone for it from this area of the field already on 4th and short. And down 9 points with less than 5 to play in the 3rd. They're going to stay out there. Joe Judge has been called, and probably rightfully so, a fairly conservative head coach. Right now you think, hey, what do we got to lose?
Well, people will tell you the analytics will say go for it, but the analytics have never thrown one block or carried the ball one time.
Well, they don't always tell you to go for it on your own 29. Let's see if 6'7" Mike Glennon can surge ahead. And Dallas's front comes up with the stop on 4th and short. Maybe a little too aggressive on that particular play call. Easy to say when you don't convert. If they convert it, we're not talking about it. But they went for it, and Mike Glennon got stood up.
Like great penetration on the inside. I think that was Gallimore on the inside over Hernandez, the left guard, and just blew into the backfield, stopping Glennon on the QB sneak. Well, we said at halftime, what do we say? You've got to work on your red zone opportunities, scoring touchdowns instead of field goals. So Dallas gets another short field, see if they can climb into the red zone inside the 20 here. work on that red zone touchdown scoring opportunity.
Got Jerry Jones looking on. Elliott trying to turn one way and another. Ryan made initial contact. Ojulari helped finish it off. Short gain on the play.
Ojulari off the edge, just nice moves. You know, his pass rush, now all of a sudden, he is starting to play really good football as they go into hurry up, but right there making the left tackle steal miss and being into the backfield to create that opportunity.
Prescott had to get rid of it quickly. He got it to C.D. Lamb for a first down inside the 15-yard line. Julian Love finally stops him after 16.
Well, he's just turning around here. He's just going to button hook up right here. Now, it's the run after the catch. That's what he does. Very physical run after the catch, but C.D. Lamb, one of the reasons they love to throw it to him underneath is because what he can do once he has the ball in his hands, and that's something that he is taking a lot of pride in this year.
Penalty markers flying in.
Timeout, New York. Timeout, New York. 30-second timeout.
That was a personnel issue as guys were coming in and out, so the Giants have to use a timeout.
Booger was having none of that either, was he, Jerome?
Yeah, Dak Prescott saying, hey, we were in formation. 3:22 to play. Let's remind you what's coming up on Saturday.
In two categories, floaters or your sinker. Floaters are light stuff, you know, vegetables, and then the sinkers, put them in and they just go, and they just sink right down there. So to have a good tailgate, you have to eliminate all floaters and you have to be heavy on the sinker. Boom!
It's not just a video game. Hey. It's not just broadcasting and coaching. There's a lot of insight in between the lines.
That's right.
That you haven't heard. You're going to hear a lot of it on Saturday. All Madden premieres on Fox. Prescott finds Jeremy Sprinkle, and he powers his way towards the sticks. Line to gain was the 3-yard line. Bradbury and McKinney finally make the stop after the 10-yard gain. It'll be 1st and goal. Second grab for Sprinkle, one of 8 receivers that have caught a pass from Dak today. Trying to cash in the red zone. Much better at home than on the road in the red zone, trying to improve. There is Elliott, and he gets stopped just shy after a short gain. At home, they have converted 78% of their red zone trips into touchdowns. That's the 2nd best rate in the league. On the road, coming into today, only about a third, which was bottom 3 in the league. And today, this is their 5th trip to the red zone. They have 1 touchdown to show for it.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable statistic right there. I mean, the discrepancy between home and away, unreal.
Big to Elliott. Back of the end zone. It is Schultz for the touchdown. Cowboys cash in and extend the lead. And Dalton Schultz has been the top target, his 6th grab of the day.
Well, just watch my man, number 4, Dak Prescott. So he's going to look to the right first. He wants to look over here. No, I don't like that. Let me come back out to the leak offensive lineman that's out in the flat. No, I don't like that. That was McGovern. Let me get back to my 3rd read. Schultz running the end line. When you have that kind of time, usually you say you have to extend plays as a quarterback in the red zone. But that time, just locked up. No giant even close to Dak Prescott. Can methodically go through 1, 2, 3, make the touchdown throw.
Boy, a doink for Zuerlein, his 2nd PAT miss of the day. Keeps it at 21-6. Schultz, the top pass catcher today. The 33-year owner loves it. Music, very holiday-like, and then family business come holiday time.
Well, this is what happens late on Christmas, right? You start fighting with your family.
That's you and me reaching for the 3rd helping,
right.
I think. I think I'm Hardy in that situation. You're probably Danny Shelton.
I wanted that last piece of ham, for crying out loud.
Our fantastic crew's in-house here at MetLife Stadium. Not the Santa guy, he's not on our crew, but fun afternoon of football. NFC East rivalry matchup. Cowboys trying to get to 10 wins. Inch closer to a playoff spot. Giants trying to win their second meeting against Dallas in the last 3 tries. Mike Glennon and the Giants with a turnover on downs on the last series. Glennon tried to sneak it. Cowboys took over with yet another short field. It won't officially go down as points off turnovers, but essentially it's now 15 points off takeaways for Dallas in this game. Daniel Jones continues to look on. He's been dealing with specialists over the last week and a half, trying to make sure he's healthy and hopefully ready to go soon, dealing with the neck strain. 3 tight ends set for the Giants to start this drive with a run, and not much on it as the stop is made by Carlos Watkins on Barkley.
Carlos Watkins getting penetration off the backside right there. You see the little grab too on Skura, so he can't get to the second level. But I tell you what, they've got such a great rotation with their defensive line. They come at you in waves. They've got a couple guys out right now, but still have an unbelievable rotation up front with that D-line.
Yeah, really impressive considering missing Odigizua, who's been a really good contributor. It looked like Saquon Barkley heard Anthony Brown charging in. Could not hold on. 3rd down and 9.
Well, they show them one coverage, and then they're going to drop out here in a cover 2, meaning your corner is going to be rolled up right here. And I think you're 100% right. I think Saquon Barkley saw what was going on there and was like, uh-oh, got to brace myself for impact, because Anthony Brown's about ready to level me.
A lot of Cowboy fans in the building making noise on 3rd and long for the Giants offense. Booker back in. Glennon, rifle shot for Ingram, and he holds on for the 1st down across the 40. Absorbed the hit from DeMonte Casey. Pick up a 15 yards.
Yeah, I mean, just a little zone coverage and this bunch right here, but he's going to be the one that runs the basic, meaning just the crossing route shot on over the middle of the football field, about 12 yards, and nice concentration. Good ball by Glennon to get that in there. That was tight between those zone defenders.
It's Booker. Pickup of about 30 yards. Half a minute to play in the 3rd. Giants just 2 field goals today. About 40% of their points have come from the kicking game this year. It's the 2nd highest percentage in Giants history coming from the kicker. They've been able to generate touchdowns in bunches the last several weeks. They had 3 of them last week, a couple of them coming late against the Charger defense. Prior to that, they had 2 in a 3-game stretch. None today.
Forget about touchdowns in bunches. How about just touchdown?
Yep.
Just having a touchdown would be good.
Still a 2-score game as we hit the 4th quarter. Cowboys and Giants. First of the final 4 Sundays in the regular season. McCarthy hoping to close a little bit stronger this week. Cowboys had a dominant lead against Washington a week ago through 3 quarters. Football team made it a game late. As we hit the 4th quarter, it's a 15-point advantage for Prescott and Dallas. 2nd and 7 from their own 44 for the Giants. Just a couple of field goals mustered today. Cowboys have had chances for more points and have left them on the board. Off the play action. Glennon taking a deep shot. Sterling Shepard, off-target throw, picked off by Malik Hooker. First interception of the season for Hooker, and it's the 2nd of the day for Dallas. This is what the Cowboys defense has done better than any team in the National Football League. Interception number 22 for Dan Quinn's defense. Dallas takes advantage of miscues. The Giants have had a handful of them today, including the last interception by Glennon to Malik Hooker. Only the Colts have more points off takeaways than the Cowboys do this season. Malik Hooker becomes the 8th different Cowboy with an interception this year. Prescott off the fake. He'll dump it off for Ezekiel Elliott. And a good gain. He'll pick up a first down. Pick up 11 yards. Back to the interception.
Yeah, well, you're going to get a split safety here because, you know, you're playing essentially a cover 2. You can't bend this back in the middle of the field. You got to stay skinny. You bend it back, and it just is all the way around. You've got 2 high safety look, like I said, split safety. You got to stay in the tight, right off the one safety, right off the front side safety. You can't bend it back into the middle, but just another miscue, as you mentioned, by the Giants.
Work ahead with Elliott again. Short pickup, second down coming up. There's Jake Fromm, who has yet to play in an NFL game. He is the backup quarterback with Daniel Jones out right now. Wonder if there would be any opportunity to see him in action later. Mike Glennon continuing to struggle.
Well, he is new, so he doesn't have the entirety of the offense down.
Kind of shrink the playbook if he does come in.
Joe Judge saying to us he had about 60% of it down right now. So
Prescott, with the pocket collapsing, has to just eat it. And it's Lorenzo Carter picking up the sack. We'll bring up 3rd down and long for the Dallas offense.
Just coming off the edge right here, Lorenzo Carter. Nice turning in. As soon as he gets to the depth of the quarterback, turn back into the offensive tackle, squeeze, and then when Dak Prescott climbs the pocket, you can fall off of that. Nice job by Carter.
That's his first sack of the season. It's the 2nd for the Giants defense today. Carter was very productive his first couple of years. Just 1 sack last year. Prescott finds Schultz for his 7th grab of the day, but it's a tackle made by Tate Crowder at the 41-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down for Dallas. Ryan Anger will punt away.
I've been impressed with the patience of Dallas, but doesn't it feel like you got to take a shot at some point? Well, with this offense, you got to get a big play over the top. You're getting a lot of single high coverage, meaning a single high middle safety, post safety, meaning you're going to have some one-on-ones on the outside. It just feels like Dak Prescott, offense coordinator Kellen Moore need to take a shot.
Yeah, for evaluating the Cowboys in the sense of what's the offense looking like towards the end of the season, then there are some things that I'm sure Kellen Moore would like to implement in his final handful of games. But it's the Cowboys in control, seeking win number 10 here in the 4th quarter. Good play, though, by Lorenzo Carter. Waiting for him to light it up a little bit. His first sack of the season shut down the Dallas drive.
Mom's gift, of course.
About 7 miles from Midtown Manhattan. As we start up this Christmas week, a happy holidays to you and yours. Happy to be with our crew here at MetLife Stadium, front end of our Fox doubleheader. We're going to see Packers and Ravens coming up in a huge game for both teams. Giants still only down 2 scores with 12 to play. And it's Saquon Barkley getting a short pickup in 2 yards. Well, high snap from Billy Price, and a good job by Glennon to corral it.
You're 6'7". I mean,
got a little more leeway up there.
You can handle those high snaps.
The round pick of the Buccaneers all the way back in 2013 when he was the main starting quarterback. 4 of his 6 career wins came in that 2013 campaign for Mike Glennon. Finds a receiver, and Kyle Rudolph has the first down.
Ran that fake snap count. Did you see that? That fake snap count, because Dallas has given them a lot of looks, a lot of different drops and coverages, and so delay that a little bit, see if they can tip their hands, see if you can read their mail a little bit, and have a better opportunity to know where to go with the football.
To the 19 after the grab by Rudolph. Barkley spinning off bodies, still pirouetting, and Hooker finally brings him down. What could have been a loss ends up as no gain.
Cowboys have really done a good job up front, just getting penetration with their defensive tackles, their rotation.
Well, they've given up 2 big runs by Booker. A 28-yard run, a 31-yard run. Other than that, the rest of the run plays have been shut down for the most part. You've noticed that the last couple of weeks against the Saints and Washington. Doing it again against the Giants. Movement off the right side of the line. That pair was in.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Well, you mentioned the Cowboys, and I went through their Saints game. I went through the last several games, but they ended up getting, I think, 69 plays they faced, 37 of them for 2 yards or less against the Saints. So they have been dominant up front, creating that pressure, creating penetration, creating really like very short or no gains in the running game and the passing game, creating incompletions.
Lennon finds Ingram. Get some of the penalty yardage back. They'll set up 3rd down and about 8. And then last week, you look back at the Washington game, they had 28 runs, did Washington, if you take out Taylor Heineke and Kyle Allen's quarterback runs. So 28 true run plays to a running back. 10 of those were for 2 yards or less. So a good job of keeping running games contained for the most part as of late for Dan Quinn's defense.
Well, when you give up penetration, they've got great size, they've got great athleticism, speed. Guys like DeMarcus Lawrence that could sink back down inside in situations. Makes it really tough to contend with.
Lennon, comeback route for Galladay, made the grab in front of Brown and also in front of the sticks, about a yard shy. Again, we've seen Joe Judge be more aggressive today than we have in games past. It'll be 4th and short from the -28.
On the outside, just sticks right there at the line of scrimmage. Outside ball, which is a great ball by Glennon, right? You don't want to leave that thing inside where that defensive back Brown can break on it. Put yourself in another 4th and short situation.
And again, this feels like a very key play. In a 2-score game, you're risking giving up another short field to the Cowboy offense. A lot of movement before the play. You saw Saquon Barkley, his frustration.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
A dreadful series for Matt Peart. And that takes the Giants out of contention of going for it on 4th down. There's Barkley's reaction right away. He knew it.
What is that?
2 on that series for Peart.
Gregory saying goodbye to the offense right there. Hey, this is just unacceptable. And again, we've talked about this multiple times, but you make those kind of, that's what bad teams do. They make those kind of mistakes.
Well, Dixon will have to punt away again. CD Lamb to the sideline. Out of bounds near the 25-yard line. 8.5 to play. Cowboys in control, and the frustrations mounting for New York. Games of the year, the Cowboys averaged more than 450 yards a game of offense. The last 6 games, and then what you see today for Kellen Moore's crew, it's been kind of the same story since the midway point of the year.
Yeah, you want to talk about slump? Well, they're kind of slumping right now, and this is one of those important drives here with 8.5 minutes left to play. Can we put something together? It doesn't even have to be a scoring drive, but can we put a good drive together, a good balanced drive, and make some big plays, especially in the passing game, Adam?
Prescott's longest completion today is 19 yards. Under pressure, Lorenzo Carter knocked that ball out, and the Giants have it. It's Austin Johnson on top of the football. Late game turnover last week against Washington. Fourth quarter turnover here.
Well, they're going to try to throw back right here. They're trying to create a big play, right? They're going to throw it back across the grain. You got to load up there if you're Dak Prescott to be able to get that all the way back to the opposite side off the boot keep game. And he doesn't have the time because of Carter. And there you see Johnson getting the recovery. Giants making a play. Two-score game, keeping themselves in it.
It's the defense that continues to carry the weight. And how about Lorenzo Carter? No sacks this season coming into today. He's got 2 today. And Johnson there to recover it. And now a short field for New York from the 27. Glennon off target, looking for Barkley. Throw was off. Barkley slipped a little bit. Combine it for an incompletion, and it's second down. First giveaway by Dallas today allows New York to stay in this game. Good play by Carter.
Way to stay with it, too. CeeDee Lamb came across the formation to really pin him inside. He beat that, continued to hustle over there, and not let Dak Prescott launch that ball across the field. Lorenzo Carter having a day. This defense keeping them in the ball game.
All kinds of pressure around Glennon. Escaping, underthrowing. That's the wrong man to underthrow the ball to. Trayvon Diggs could not complete the process. It's going to be ruled incomplete. Kenny Golladay was the intended target. That almost ended up being number 10 for number 7 this year.
Well, it comes down to pressure right here. You see number 11, that's Micah Parsons creating the pressure, the escape, and then this is, like you said, the one guy, great ball skills. That's just Kenny Golladay playing defense right there.
Credit Golladay for that. He knocked it away from Diggs. Otherwise, that's an interception and a touchback.
Yeah, Diggs running the route and Kenny Golladay playing the role of Diggs. Defense, that's his deal. So, really nice job by Kenny Golladay there, keeping the Giants with possession of the football.
And a challenge flag thrown out by Mike McCarthy for the 100th time as an NFL head coach.
Does that say you throw a lot of challenge flags? You've just been around for a long time.
I think it just says you've been around for a long time more than anything else. It's just a nice round number.
It's challenge rule of the field of an incomplete pass.
15 years as an NFL head coach, second with the Cowboys, and trying to overturn this call, which was ruled incomplete, hoping it's a Diggs pick. Challenge from Mike McCarthy on what was ruled an incompletion on a Trayvon Diggs attempted interception. You have to treat Diggs as basically a receiver here, and Dean Blandino is going to explain it to us after the call.
After reviewing the play, it is a catch for an interception. The defender got the ball 2 feet down, and as he was rolling over, the opponent pulled the ball out. It'll be Dallas's ball, first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So a third interception for Dallas. Dean, walk us through how Diggs is treated as a receiver here.
Yeah, he's a receiver until he completes the catch. So what they ruled in replay is that he completed the catch. He was going to the ground. He maintained control when he hit the ground. And then as part of a second act, Golladay knocked it out. It was really close. Personally, I would not have changed that. To me, he's going to the ground. It comes out pretty quick. They ruled it incomplete, but they felt they had enough to change it.
And it gives Dallas the ball right back. Tony Pollard gets wrapped up by Tay Crowder. We appreciate Dean walking us through that. But another takeaway for Dallas. It's 3 straight weeks they've had 4 takeaways. And Trayvon Diggs has his 10th interception of the season to lead the NFL. He's only the 3rd Cowboy ever with 10 picks in a season.
It's just incredible. And the ball skills, that's one of the things that Mike McCarthy said. He goes, I'd rather have a 4-4-5 guy that has great ball skills like Trayvon Diggs does than I would a 4-3 guy without the ball skills. And you saw him right there.
That would have made Stephon Diggs happy to see his brother come down like a wide receiver on that play. Schultz makes the grab for about 7 yards there. Trayvon Diggs works out with Stephon Diggs in the offseason. Obviously, Stephon, one of the elite receivers in the game. Trayvon was a wide receiver and a safety as a freshman at Alabama. Nick Saban moved him to quarterback before his sophomore season, and he has been having a dynamic year this year.
Oh, he's going back over it in his head, right? This is how I caught it. This is how I tucked it into my body. And those workouts, his recognition of routes and route combinations, working out with his brother, have really paid off for him this year.
Prescott to Lamb, who fights through for the first down to the 34-yard line. This Dallas defense is reminding you of those mid-90s, late 90s Dallas defenses. Guys like George Teague and Deion Sanders were still roaming the back end and getting a handful of interceptions. This is a 23 interception season for Dallas.
It's incredible. And really, those interceptions, I mean, it's a symbiotic relationship between pressure,
coverage and rush.
Yeah, coverage and rush. And that's what you're really seeing. Great rush, great pressure creates takeaways.
Connor McGovern back in at fullback. Blocking for Pollard. Second down coming up. Gain of a yard. So again, a season-high 4 takeaways by the Cowboys for a 3rd consecutive week.
See the punch out right there by Lawrence, creating a fumble. Aaron throw. Route combination for a pick. And Diggs in the end zone for number 10.
First time since '94 they've had 3 straight games of 4 takeaways. They did it in the opener against Tampa Bay. That was a loss on that last-second field goal by Ryan Sucker. There's Pollard on 2nd and long, picking up the first down out near midfield. They'll mark him down about the 47.
Well, one guy who has not quit, Leonard Williams on the inside. He's just going to come from the left-hand side of your screen, and he's fighting, man. He's got the elbow. He's got the issues. The big man down the sideline. But one thing I love about what Dallas has done, they talked about this, the lack of an outside edge running game. And they have really established that well today, attacking that outside edge. And Pollard's been great out there.
Yep. He's got 69 rushing yards on 10 carries. A nice day for Pollard continues as he runs it for a couple into the arms of Williams. Talked about the Giants defense. It's carried such a heavy load, especially in the second half of the year, to try to keep them close and in games. And Williams probably as important of a player as any on this Giants roster, frankly.
Well, you think about it. Yeah, how many turnovers we have? 3 interceptions and a fumble right now.
Yeah.
4-0, and you still have a two-score game here.
And only 21 points on the board.
I mean, that's incredible when you look at what the Giants have been able to do defensively. You know, with the oh, they do have a turnover on the fumble, right? By
4-1.
4-1, but incredible. Look at the hitting going on right now.
Big Danny Shelton on the stop of Pollard. 3rd down coming up.
Well, they certainly have not given up. The effort is there, even with the injuries. And I mean, this is big time play right here. Shelton coming in there and just destroying Pollard. Gotta love it. Gotta love the effort the Giants are showing, the pride they're showing.
Giants use their 2nd timeout as we duck inside of 4 minutes to play. Well, you can join Fox Sports in giving the gift of play this holiday season as we start this Christmas week. You can support the She Who Plays campaign with nonprofit partner Good Sports, that we've been doing a lot of work with over the years, that keeps girls in low-income communities across the country engaged in sports and play. And you can visit goodsports.org/foxsports to learn more.
It's awesome. So important just to be able to play, to go out and do those things. Be involved in sports. So many life lessons you learn.
I know your daughters and granddaughter appreciate that too. There's Prescott at Gallup and a defender in Bradbury both out there off target on the throw, and it's 4th down. So the clock stops at 3:49. Dallas will punt away. Wonder if maybe Jake Fromm will get an opportunity here. Be his first NFL appearance. Lennon still has the helmet on, so we'll see. Could add a little bit of a plot twist at the end of this one. Pharaoh Cooper, fair catch. Well, they're excited in Baltimore today, or as our buddy Al Michaels would say, Baltimore. Big game. Very important one. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are 1 win away from clinching the NFC North. They're in the race for the #1 seed in the NFC. The Ravens are right in the thick of the playoff picture in what has been a logjam of an AFC race. That's coming up next with Joe, Troy, Aaron, and Tom, America's Game of the Week from M&T Bank Stadium. That's coming up in 3:41 of game time. And here we have Jake Fromm making his NFL regular season debut. 5th-round pick by Buffalo last year. Served as their emergency COVID quarterback a season ago. Worked out separate from the team. Signed off the Buffalo practice squad a couple of weeks ago after the Jones injury. So first snap is a pass in the NFL, and it's a completion of Sterling Shepard. Works out to about the 15-yard line. As Stink alluded to earlier, Joe Judge told us that based on Friday, Fromm had about 60% of the game plan ready and comfortable. The word comfortable was the key word. 2nd and 2, outside throw. There's Slayton with a completion from Fromm for a first down.
And Joe Judge said he was going to go to Fromm with that playlist, that just what do you like, and said half of that playlist I was going to take off. Like there's some things
you say
we
you're
don't
comfortable
like.
with it,
right?
but let's not go that far.
We want to know what you're comfortable with, but we're only giving you the list that we're comfortable with, and then you tell us what you're comfortable. That's a lot of comfort.
There's
right
a lot of
there.
comfort trying to figure out. Well, he looked sharp on those first 2 throws.
Yeah, 2 nice throws right there.
Go ahead. 11 LA. 11 LA.
Turning the protection to the left. That's what LA means.
Turning it to Micah Parsons, number 11. Who's coming in on the rush. Fromm hit, bounced away. And it'll be a tackle for a loss. Neville Gallimore finished it off. Clock continues to move to 3 minutes.
Yeah, well, you're going to run a little game out here and over here. And I'm telling you what, they just got him coming all over the place. Jake Fromm under duress, and that's what Dallas does to you. So much talent on the edge on both sides.
Fromm protected, sidearm to Barkley. Got chased down near the 31-yard line by DeMarcus Lawrence. 3rd down coming up for Fromm. 1 timeout, the 2-minute warning to come. First meaningful snaps for Fromm since the Sugar Bowl on New Year's Day 2020. Looking for Shepard. Nice grab. Tough hit. That was Jaron Kearse, the leading tackler for the Crew, with the stop. But it is a first down at the 40-yard line.
Love the command at the huddle right now with Fromm is just orchestrate, getting guys lined up.
They will not get the snap off. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. A little bit of life as Jake Fromm makes his NFL debut, the former Georgia Bulldog. The story of the day has been the Dallas defense frustrating the Giants offense. 2 minutes to play in Jersey. Involved. You'll see the Packers next. Buccaneers play tonight against the Saints. Arizona losing by 15 on the road at Detroit right now. Remember, they face off with Dallas in Week 17. Well, look at those teams. Probably the Bucs have the easiest schedule just by visual. They'll play tonight, then doubleheader tomorrow. Raiders and Browns on NFL Network. Vikings, Bears. Fox doubleheader regionalized on Tuesday. 49ers, Titans on Thursday. Doubleheader on Christmas on Saturday. And DeMarcus Lawrence unabated to the QB right there. It's going to be a penalty marker thrown.
Well, that's what happens when your defense is hunting.
They're excited about
You're like,
this.
can I get me some statistics?
Defense, number 90. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Jake Fromm orchestrating this series in his NFL debut.
Just want to let Jake Fromm know you're coming, right? Hey, young fella. Watch out over here, number 90.
DeMarcus Lawrence, like, hey, I've been out here, man. Let's see, man, so that cadence, you're getting used to the cadence. Now Sterling Shepard moved.
Offense, number 3. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
5 yards forward, 5 yards back. It'll be 1st and 10.
That could be the slogan of the Giants offense this entire season.
5 yards forward, 5 yards back. It's been a frustrating season offensively. A little bit of a spark from Fromm. 4-man rush with a spy. You can't throw late. It feels like with this group of defensive backs. Jordan Lewis try to cut it off with Sterling Shepard, the intended target.
Jordan Lewis in the nickel right here, and watch him just squat on this route, right? He's not even tempted to turn his hips and go backwards. He's squatting, looking for an interception. I tell you what, it's a feeding frenzy. When your defense is playing well, everybody plays with that kind of confidence. Can't beat me over the top. I'm going to squat and see if I can't get myself a pick.
Fromm throws for Shepard. That's a drop. Would have been a first down. Instead, 3rd down and 10 coming up from the 40.
Good throw, too. I've been impressed with Fromm. Let this thing eat. I mean, right in the hands.
That's the 4th Giants drop today. They have over 30 of them this season, towards the top of the league in a dubious category.
Well, Jake Fromm looks the part, though, doesn't he?
Sure.
I mean, he's got great command right now of whatever offense he is in charge of.
His cadence is messing with the Dallas front a little bit. Fromm launches one, and that time complete. Yes. Right near midfield. Grabbed by Kenny Golladay. Right in front of Anthony Brown in coverage.
One thing, Fromm does not have the strongest of arms, so when you throw it outside to the numbers, it's got to be accurate. Most importantly, it's got to be on time. You're throwing that ball before Kenny Golladay even makes his break right there. You know exactly what you've got to do, and really exciting to see Fromm have this kind of success.
Yeah.
Before the timeout, the previous play is under review.
Inside of 2 minutes, so this is a booth review. No challenges in the final 2 minutes of a half.
Let's see.
Looks like he has control. I thought that left toe did hit, but did he complete the process, I guess, might be the question here. That'd be kind of tough for Kenny Golladay. He thought he had taken an interception away from Trayvon Diggs on the previous series. He thought he had a catch there. Both might be taken away from him.
See, so that looks like the catch.
Right foot down. I thought he had the left toe, but did he complete that going all the way out of bounds is the question.
At some point,
Yeah, I don't think it's a matter of the feet, because that left toe looked like it bounced inbounds after the right foot was already established. Did he have possession all the way through?
that looked like it. Like, I don't know if he twisted his ankle or knee a little bit, but that almost looked like he had some type of pain there, and he just dropped.
And let go of the ball.
Let go of the ball.
Another tough one to parse. Dean Blandino was taking a look at it in Los Angeles as well. What you think, my man?
Yeah, they're looking at control. Then he gets both feet down, and now does he take an additional step? It looked like that 3rd step is down, and then as he goes to the ground, he loses the football. Rule to catch. I think they're going to stay with a catch here.
And again, if it's rule to catch inbounds and then you lose possession, it's still your possession. It may not be the yardage that you initially grabbed, but we'll see what the call ends up being with Jerome Boger and company. DB, always appreciate him walking us through, and always appreciate the festive tie color from Dean Blandino as well. Strong Christmas vibes from a man in there.
After reviewing the play, the rule of the field stands as a completed catch. Dallas is not charged a timeout because we stopped the game prior to them attempting to call timeout.
Okay, so no timeout taken away from Dallas either. Again, that was a booth-initiated review, and Dean Blandino was right on top of the call.
All right, that was inside 2 minutes. Mike McCarthy wanted to get his 101st challenge out there. And he's like, no, let me throw this flag.
I want to do it. It's like, no, Mike, it's inside of 2 minutes.
Right.
Do it. McCarthy, by the way, 50 for 100 now in his challenge career as an NFL head coach. Most coaches are around like 40, 45%. It's a little above average. Fromm, it's a deep shot for Kenny Golladay, and he's got it inside the 15 against Anthony Brown with 99 seconds to go.
Oh, my goodness, right? They've been trying to figure out how to get Golladay hooked up here. Hand fighting down there with Brown. I know what the recipe is. Just have Fromm throw it to him. That's the recipe. And you know what? Seriously, though, you find the one-on-one, where's it at? I'm just going to go ahead and give my 6'5" receiver an opportunity to catch that football. Nicely done by Fromm, finding where the one-on-one is and just trusting your receiver to make a play on the ball.
Trying to generate their first touchdown of the day. Fromm to the end zone for Galladay. Incomplete with Anthony Brown in coverage. Galladay still seeking his first score. For more on Fromm, down to Shannon.
Yeah, we don't know a whole lot about him, but I reached out to someone who does. Of course, Georgia head coach Kirby Smart. Just a little insight on his former quarterback, and he used the words calm. He used the words composure, and Freddie Kitchens actually agreed with us when we mentioned that to him. He said from the moment that he stepped on the field, every time he gets in that huddle, he settles the guys down around him. He's calm right now at the face of this defense.
Yeah, kind of seeing that, right, Shannon? I think you pointed that out. He just seems to be poised where he's standing right now.
Surveying the defense right there, looking for where the one-on-ones are.
Fromm just toss it away. And Trayvon Diggs is going for another one.
Well, they were playing with 10 right there because something happened to Shepard coming off the ball.
There it is. Oh,
went
yeah,
down
right.
and grabbed his back of his leg coming off the ball on his release.
Third down coming up. While we have a moment, let's check in with Carissa Thompson. She's got a game break for us.
Thanks, Adam. Hoping he's okay. Meanwhile, what's coming up next? Aaron Rodgers without 4 of his 5 starting offensive linemen, taking on the Ravens in Baltimore without Lamar Jackson. Tyler Huntley makes his second career start. It's all coming up next. America's Game of the Week.
Huntley did it against the Bears, led them to a victory in a tight game a few weeks back. We'll have that coming up for you as soon as we're done from Jersey. And the concern right now is with Sterling Shepard, who has dealt with injuries all season. This has been a very banged up wide receiving core for New York. Shepard just came back last week after missing 4 games with a quad.
Well, here he is right here coming off the ball.
It's non-contact.
Yeah.
Right off the release, like you said. They brought the card out for him. Hoping Shepard's okay. Well, coming off the line of scrimmage. Hope everything's okay with him, but he had to be carted off the field. 3rd down and 10. Clock stopped at 1:26 to play in a 2-score game. Jake Fromm on his first NFL drive has brought the Giants into the red zone. This time, everything off target on that. Flags are thrown.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 92. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
I saw Armstrong trying to jump the snap, and Fromm's cadence has affected both his own offensive line and the Dallas defensive front all drive. And that time, Dorrance Armstrong jumped the snap this time.
Cadence is a weapon.
It is.
You can use cadence to your advantage. Jake Fromm certainly has that aspect of the game down. No question about it. He certainly is orchestrated at the line of scrimmage, redirecting protections. He knows that part of the game plan for sure.
Fromm into traffic, incomplete. Trying to connect with Pharaoh Cooper, who has to jump in now with Sterling Shepard out. 4th down and 5, and the offense will more than likely stay out.
Running a little in-cutting route. Put it right on the hands of the receivers. You know, in the red zone, you know what you have to do? You got to make contested catches. You have to. That's part of your responsibility as an offense, and there's a contested catch that Cooper can't come up with. But it's a great throw.
Here's your game. Last chance for the Giants. 13th play of this Jake Fromm-led drive. Oh, Dallas bringing the house. Fromm got rid of it to Cooper, and it's incomplete. That looked like a full-on 0 blitz from Dallas on 4th and 5. Randy Gregory with the early penetration, and Dallas takes over. They're going to win this game.
You nailed it. Just look at middle of the field. There is no safety in the middle. Everybody on the line of scrimmage say, here it is, guys. Let's see what you got. Forcing the quick throw out to the outside and man-to-man coverage, and nobody home.
Dan Quinn's defense, yet again, with an impressive showing, granted against a frustrated and struggling offense, but they've done it now for the most part 3 games in a row against the Saints, against Washington, and again against the Giants. These last 3 games in particular, the defense has really carried some weight for Dallas.
They really have, and you know, you can talk about slumping offense all you want, but this defense, if they keep playing like this headed toward the playoffs, they're going to be a tough out.
3 games left now for Dallas. They'll sit with 10 wins going into the game next week on Sunday night against Washington, whom they just beat a week ago. Arizona was struggling with Detroit today, so that could be a game to really propel yourself in the race for the #1 seed. And then an opportunity at Philadelphia to close the season out. Mike McCarthy said he doesn't really like to focus on what the playoff plan is going to look like until this point. You get to 10 wins, now you can start to plan a little bit. And it's right in front of them. They have an opportunity for the division this week, certainly next week. Could be a playoff spot already clinched by the end of the day today for Dallas. And an opportunity to fight for the #1 seed.
Well, I know what travels come playoff time. That's defense and the running game.
Yeah.
And you saw a really good outside run by the Cowboys today, and exceptional defense.
Pollard and Elliott combined for 123 rushing yards. Micah Parsons, one of the key members of this defense. There's the 2 guys, Logan Ryan and Dak Prescott, who developed a fantastic relationship over the course of the last year since that Prescott injury that Ryan was involved in a year ago. And there's the old Cowboy, Jalen Smith, with Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. 21-6 the final, Dallas with the win. State Farm Game Break is coming up next. Then America's Game of the Week. It'll be the Packers and the Ravens. For Mark Shannon, our great crew, Adam Amin sending you to Los Angeles.